수가 없겠다.
So at the moment, may I humbly invite Right Honourable Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Arden, to please come forward and present the school materials, which will be received by the principal and the school children of the government primary school of Fasi moe Afi at Tungi. And I ask the students, the parents and teachers, please can we all give a big hand to the Right Honourable Prime Minister of New Zealand as he is about to present. Absolutely need these school materials. As you may be aware, most of our reading resources have been damaged and washed away during the cyclone. So thank you very much, Right Honourable Prime Minister. I invite the Honourable Prime Minister to please come forward and receive the gift. Let me at this moment invite the Honourable Prime Minister to please go through a gift of cards that has been presented to you by the students. And at your own choice, you can read out one or two if you want. Please.
Hello, Lele, and thank you so much. Especially to the children for the wonderful, wonderful warm welcome you gave us as we arrived today. Do you know, I don't think I'm ever going to get used to seeing my photo on a banner like that. It's a very special thing that doesn't happen to me in New Zealand, so thank you very much. Can I acknowledge your minister? Minister of Education, and also acknowledge that I have with me today the Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand, the Right Honourable Winston Peters. Sitting next to Mr. Peters is Honourable Kamau Sepuloni, who has connections here in Tonga, as well as one of 3 Tongan women we have in the New Zealand Parliament. James Shaw, he's a Minister for Climate Change. Fletcher Tabito, an Parliamentary Undersecretary on Foreign Affairs. And the Honourable Alfred Naro and Jerry Brownlee with us as well. We brought a good big delegation here to Tonga because we wanted you to have a chance to meet them, but for them to meet all of you. You know, in New Zealand, we watched as Cyclone Gita was moving closer and closer to Tonga. And all of us feel a real connection to all of our Pacific neighbours, but particularly when we see weather events like Cyclone Gita. And one of our ministers, her name is Jenny Salisa, she came to Tonga right after Gita, and she messaged me from Tonga to say that the thing that had upset her the most was what had happened to the schools. And we know that over 50% of the schools have moderate or severe damage to them. And so that's why today we wanted to bring a pile of new books. I met the person today who's written these books, the wonderful Tongan woman who's written these books. And it was such a pleasure to be able to bring a few resources. But we know that you need more than books, you need your roofs to be fixed. Because tents, and I'm so pleased the tents made it from New Zealand within one day they were here. But tents can get hot. Are they hot? Are they a bit hot to learn in? And we know that you need more space than that. So one of the things that we've done today is we've talked to your Prime Minister, and we'll be making sure that Tonga has an extra $7 million from New Zealand so that we can rebuild. So that we can make sure that your school has its roof again and that you can get back to learning. And I can tell that you are already very, very smart because your handwriting is better than mine. And I can read all of these cards. They say things like, we thank you for all the school material. We hope that we will receive many in the future. It's always good to have an ask in a card. May God bless you all. And I'll read another one. Thank you for all the donations to our school. We used it all in our school, and we hope that God will bless you all. Let me do one more. And all of the writing, I can see you've been using your slope sheets. Again, we thank you for all the school material, and again, we hope for more. So I'll keep that in mind, that you can never have enough new school books and new things to read. But I'm going to take these cards back with me to New Zealand. I'll make sure that I read all of them. But my special last message to the children, thank you for giving us that welcome, for writing us these cards. You know, education, I know, is one of the most important gifts that we all have. And when you have access to a really good education, then you can do absolutely anything that you dream of. In fact, I know that I'm the Prime Minister of New Zealand now because of the great education that I had in New Zealand. And so I hope that you make the most of the opportunity that you have here too, and that we get you out of those tents really soon. Kia ora koutou katoa. Thank you so much again for having us. Malo opito.
Thank you, the Honourable Prime Minister. As you have just mentioned, your presence here, so as your Deputy, the Right Honourable Winston Peters, and your most respectful delegation, it's not an easy task. You're bringing the whole of New Zealand here today. And that's a guarantee to us, your support, and the assistance that you are about to provide, such as the replacement of this damaged roof here in this primary school. Moving on with our little program for this morning, may I now invite these little but beautiful Class 6 students by the name of Mele Mahe to please come forward and offer our words of thanks. Maro.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Arden. Your distinguished entourage from New Zealand, the Honourable Minister of Education and Training of Tonga, Honourable Bentimani Ebenezer Fifita. Distinguished guests, visitors, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Principal of the Government Primary School of Fasi moe Afi at Tungi, Mrs. Pomana Hui. The President of the Parents and Teachers Association, parents are hardworking teachers and the excited students of classes 1 to 6. I am honored to represent our lovely school in conveying our deep appreciation and gratitude to Your Honor, the Honourable Prime Minister of New Zealand, for gracing us your presence on this a memorable and historical occasion. Your visit this morning to our humble school is an opportunity of a lifetime for our students and one that we will forever cherish. We will thank you most profoundly for the gifts of much needed tents and Tongan reading books to help us in our learning, especially after Cyclone Gita. Reading is a favorite pastime of mine, and I personally can't wait to read them. I also stand here today to represent all the children of Tonga have been affected so that although without a roof over their head, they still attend school. But today are touched by your government and people's kind and heartfelt generosity. It is most humbling to witness firsthand your presence at our school, as I understand your role is very important and that you are a very, very busy lady. However, today, Your Honor and your staff have taken the time to visit us, and I truly thank God for you. Finally, it is my hope and wish, together with all the children of Fasi moe Afi at Tungi, there are 2 buildings that were damaged by the cyclone can be rebuilt so we can use it. As a Class 6 student in 2018, it will help us tremendously in our preparation for our national secondary entrance examination at the end of the year. A special thanks also to UNICEF for all the contribution not only to us, but to Tonga as a whole. To conclude, Honourable Prime Minister, may your Honour and your good staff from New Zealand be continuously blessed by our Heavenly Father in the great work that you are doing, and that you will all have an enjoyable visit in Tonga and a safe journey back. Malo lahi e ofa, malo lahi e tokon, malo aupito tua ofa atu.
It's a wonderful speech. There's a reflection of how resilient our students are. As Mel has mentioned, even without any roof on top of their heads, they still manage to continue with their learning. And even through this very difficult time after the cyclone, our students here still manage to sing their songs. And they're going to present to us right at this moment. So may I invite Class 4 students to please come forward and do your songs, the farewell songs, your most favorite song. May I now invite the Right Honourable Prime Minister, Jacinda Arden, and her party to please visit some of our classrooms, probably the 10th, and have a feel of what's like after the cyclone out there in the classrooms. I know that all our students are out here, but you're still more than welcome to take a visit and have a look around at the school, especially the classroom and the 10th. Thank you. May I also invite Honourable Prime Minister's delegation to also join in with visiting our classrooms.
It's like you're one of them.
Not quite so. Kamau, what happened to you?
The farmers asked me, was a pot in here. So it's got windows, right? That's not bad. Where they warm my back.
Oh, yes. To get a bit loud?
Yeah. The problem is there's two classes here.
Sorry, Paula.
Jacinda, please. I think we can stop here. You just or do you want to go?
My shoes are already dirty. What's your name? Is this your school? Which is your class? 3. Which one's 3? Which one? Which one is B? You're in the team. Which one did your room used to be? This one. This was your classroom. We shared it. Of course, from the outside you can see obviously the chicken fruit, but probably easier to forget the little
The way that they attach it pretty secure.
Oh, the gang now have done their job, absolutely. But just the walls have just been taken out.
Absolutely. It's an indication of how strong it was.
Yeah. So, Minister, how much of the framing do you think in schools will still be used as a base, or is it a complete rebuild?
I think about 55%.
Yeah. So a big rebuild.
Also, Gita, Korea, we have to follow building code.
Yes. Yeah. So it survives.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for What's the tent like? It's hot. Yeah, I bet. Especially after lunch.
Ex-children.
Oh, they did. Is that a donation? Oh, that's cute. And educated by New Zealand. Yeah. I like it.
Yes, that's right.
Paula. I know I look like security.
Delegation.